Adam, this is not a matter of life and death.
Patience, patience. After 30 years on the bench, deliberation becomes a way of life.
I hear tell that once it took the judge 2 weeks of deliberation to decide as to whether or not to deny or sustain an objection.
That's a lie. Took less than 10 days.
By the time he'd made his decision, I'd forgotten what it was I objected about.
Well, in that case, I think I'd better sit down.
Heath, that's an apocryphal story. However, I always do try to see every side of a thing before rendering a decision.
Jarrod, would you lend me $1, please?
Thank you, gentlemen, for a most stimulating and rewarding evening. Thank you, Victoria, for being so lovely. Such a good cook.
Flattery, Adam, will only get you another invitation for dinner next week.
Any evening these boys feel like another game of pool.
Who would have thought that beneath those judicial robes lies the heart of a thief?
Ah, Jarrod, if this ever gets out, my judicial reputation is ruined.
Mr. Barclay? No, it's on it.
Please get the doctor.
Let's get him over the couch.
Thank you. Very kind. Mr. Barclay?
That's right.
Mr. Barclay, my name is Paulino Arrieta. I have just escaped from the Pinewood jail, where I was held as a murderer. I wish you to be my lawyer.
Well, I wish you'd asked me that before you escaped.
I didn't think I had a chance in their court, so I ran away. But I am innocent. Now I wish to stand and fight them. I remember how you saved my cousin Arturo. I think you must be the man to save me also. Do you accept?
I will see about that as soon as we take care of this wound.
One more thing. I am a Basque. In Pinewood, they call some of us Basques murderers and traitors and foreigners. I am an anarchist.
How is he?
Well, he's lost a lot of blood, but he's a strong boy. Doctor said he'd be fine after a couple of days' rest.
Fine, eh? For hanging? He should have kept running until he was out of the state or across the border.
Why, Your Honor, that doesn't sound very much like you.
I'll chalk it up to its being way past an old man's bedtime. Anyway, we're not just judge and lawyer here. We're two old and very good friends. And as a friend, Jarrod, I hope you haven't decided to represent him.
Why not? You're going to be on the bench, aren't you?
That's beside the point. I'm a county judge, Jarrod. I'll have to preside unless I get lucky and fall deathly ill, get run over by a team of wild horses. Jarrod, when you defended that Basque 2 years ago, it was an unpopular cause. And he was only accused of petty theft. Well, a lot's happened since then. I don't have to tell you those people up around Pinewood have been scared witless by this anarchist philosophy.
Oh, that's a lot of nonsense, Adam. Well, the entire Basque community is only represented by a small minority, and probably only a few of them are anarchists.
There's nothing rational about fear. And there's no atmosphere less conducive to holding a fair trial. Win or lose, you're going to make more enemies than any man needs in a whole lifetime. And get paid off for your labor in a bottle of Basque wine.
Ah, a dozen bottles of good Basque wine and a sheepskin coat. Now, that's what that Basque paid me 2 years ago to defend him. And besides, Adam, the boy might be innocent.
He's an admitted anarchist. He believes in violent overthrow of government. Therefore, he believes in personal violence, since governments are composed of people.
Your Honor, I object.
Sustained.
Cigar.
No, thank you. After all, we're not trying the boy for a philosophy, are we? But for an overt action. Ideas can't kill people, only people can. But I better stop that. We'll probably be arguing this in court, won't we?
Yes, we will.
And to think it was my intention to try to talk you out of taking the case. Well, next time I'll know better. I'll keep my big fat mouth shut, take my $3 and go straight home.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, Adam, I decided to take the case before I came downstairs.
Now, where did Victoria put my hat?
And do you know why?
Hmm?
Because I know that no matter how unpopular the case, I can present my client before a judge that is fair and just, no matter what the atmosphere.
Who do you want? You just can't come barging in here. You have no right.
Oh, I got the right. I think you take a look upstairs.
You better hold on. You can't go up those steps.
Shut up! You on the stairs. I believe you heard the gentleman.
Okay, Vic, hold it a second. My name's Walt Baker. I'm sheriff of Pinewood Way. I believe we met once before, Mr. Barkley. What are you waiting for?
Hold it right there. You do have a warrant, Sheriff.
Now, look, Mr. Barkley, I'm chasing an escaped murderer, and I have every reason to believe that he's holed up right here.
Well, he's upstairs in one of the bedrooms, Sheriff. Why didn't you just ask?
Well, I just thought that I knew we hit him. There was some blood. I'll take him off your hands now, Mr. Barkley.
He's in no condition to be moved.
He busted out of my jail, and I'm taking him back with me. One way or another, he goes back with me tonight. And if he dies along the way, chalk it up, it'll save the state expenses for the trial. Now step aside, Mr. Barkley.
Yes, Sheriff? You take him. We're ill-equipped to stop you. But mark this. If he does die en route back to your jail, or even if he makes it safely and then some accident befalls him, you, Sheriff, you and your deputy will stand trial in my court for murder.
Well, Judge, I didn't know that you were here. Okay, Vic, the judge is here. You will take full responsibility for the prisoner. Is that right, Your Honor?
That's right.
Mr. Barkley.
Many thanks, Adam.
Yes, Jarrod. It's beginning to shape up, even now, as quite a trial.
Step down, Basque.
This man is in my custody. I'm delivering him to your sheriff.
Oh, we'll take care of that for you, mister. Take him.
Let's bring this murdering foreigner to the nearest tree. Yeah, bring that rope along.
Let him go, boys. I said let him go.
What's going on?
Just in the nick of time, huh, Sheriff?
I don't think so, Counselor. Good folks were just making sure that the prisoner was headed in the right direction. I'll take him off your hands now, Barkley. All right, break it up. Go on about your business.
You staying around a piece, mister?
That's right.
Good. It'll give us a chance to get better acquainted. Maybe find out what kind of man would defend him.
Go on now, Russ. Move it along. You got to understand, Russ, Mr. Barkley. He didn't have any more against them Basque anarchists than the rest of us did. Till your boy there killed his brother, Bill Miller.
I never killed any Miller. How could I? I spent the whole day with my friend Julio up in the hills. He'll swear to that. I'll prove it to you.
Polino, we don't have to prove it to him. We'll prove it in court. Now, I'm going to have to leave for a little while. You'll be safe here. I think the sheriff will see to that.
Oh, Mr. Barkley. When you see my friend, will you have him bring my dog? He'll be lost without me.
Now, a man like that, one way or another, he's bound to get hurt.